Okay, drones. And no, we are not talking about music theory teachers or those awful flying things. Actually, my husband has a drone pilot license. It's kind of fun. D-R-O-N-E in the musical sense of the word, meaning just a pitch that keeps playing the whole time that the melody is going, and it never, ever, ever stops. And the rest of the melody relates back to it. I actually use these quite a bit in my flute playing to help me find my intonation, but of course as keyboard players, you probably don't spend a lot of time using it for that purpose. These drones are easier to do on an organ. I will attempt it a little bit on a piano. Whenever you have a piece where you're like, wow, that note just shows up all over the place. Look, my left hand hardly ever moves. And maybe the one that I'm picking is not the best example. It's just the last one that we happen to do, so I'm doing it again. Behold the great Redeemer die, number 191. There are a lot of B flats. In fact, this is in the key of B flat. Often a drone is the key that you're in if you are in a major or a minor key. So if I just wanted to hold down this B flat, and I might have to repeat it several times because of course on the piano it won't sustain. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as octaves because it'll be more noticeable that way. If I was doing this on the organ, I might use a pedal to provide the drone. That would probably be my first choice. Or I might not. I might put it somewhere else. Think bagpipes. This is what they do with bagpipes, right? They keep that drone note going very often and then they play over the top of it. I'm just going to do the melody in my right hand so you can hear how it lines up with the drone. And you can add other things too. Now this one's interesting because the drone doesn't quite match the rest of the chord structure, but it brings the melody back into that key, if that makes any sense whatsoever. The law to satisfy. A broken law to satisfy. It almost sounds like it clashes, but it in a good way, I think. He dies a sacrifice for sin. He dies a sacrifice for sin. So that is one spot where I might actually change my drone. Because it goes on long enough where the B flat is not the tonic, the main note that you want to come back to, that it feels just a little funny. But you don't have to, especially if you have other stuff going on. You could certainly leave that drone there the whole time. He dies a sacrifice for sin, but man may live. So even though we had to be natural in that little run, it did not sound horrible with the B flat drone. Kind of interesting because it went by so fast. The drones, they just kind of get lost in the mix, but they do make it sound, oh, Celtic. I always think Celtic when I hear drones. I don't know. There are other things that you could use to describe it though.